Hey guys, Reverend's here with something brand new, and it's a Pokemon theory on why Giratina is not the devil. Now, I've seen a lot of this done, but I've actually done a lot of research, and I want to give my perspective on why Giratina is not the devil. Also, I also want to state that there will be some pictures and stuff shown by the movies or by the game, and I want to be very specific to state that I'm doing this under the Fair Act, that I am allowed to do this as long as I give all credit, as well as it's for non-profitable educational use and entertainment. So this is non-profitable, just to let you guys know. And I am going to be doing, again, what I said. The theory is that Giratina is not the devil. Now, before we go into our theory, what do we know about Giratina? Giratina is a ghost dragon Pokemon who resides in the reverse, or also known as the distortion world, has two forms, altered and origin. His height in altered form is 14 feet 9 inches or 4.5 meters, and his origin form is 22 feet 8 inches or 6.9 meters. His weight in altered form is 1,653.5 pounds or 750 kilograms, and his origin form is 1,433 pounds or 650 kilograms. Now, let's go ahead and before we begin, start talking about his name. Now, his name of origin, based off the Bulbapedia page, quote, Giratina may be a combination of Gracile, a type of red opal, Guillotine or Girar, Italian for the word to wander around, and Paracina, Japanese for platinum. So basically now we got everything out of the way. Let's start talking about his appearance. Quote to the Bulbapedia page, it states that in its alter form, Giratina's alter form is also possibly based off of a basilisk, and its origin form may be based off of a serpent. Its origin form has a body similar to a serpent with the 6 protrusions on its body, maybe based on a scorpion stinger or spider legs. This form also shares physical traits with the Amphictyr, a European dragon with wings but no legs. Both forms may also be based off of the body worm. Now that we know what it looks like, let's get down to exactly why people think Giratina is the devil. Alright. Basically, in the Bible, it states that the devil could take both the form of a basilisk and a serpent. Okay, I could see that. In its altered form, it has 6 legs, 6 spines, and 6 spikes on its wings. Okay, in its origin form, it has 6 tentacles, 6 spines, and 6 spikes on each tentacle. Fair enough. 666 on each one. I get it. The devil's number. But not to mention that, it is also known as the renegade Pokemon as well. Also on the Bulbapedia page, quote and unquote from his Pokedex. I'm going to go through each one. Diamond and Pearl, a Pokemon that is said to live in a world on the reverse side of ours. It appears in an ancient cemetery. Platinum, it was banished for its violence. It silently gazes upon the old world from the distortion world. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. This Pokemon is said to live in a reverse world of our side, on the reverse side of ours, where common knowledge is distorted and strange. Black and White, it was banished for its violence. It silently gazes upon the old world from the distortion world. This goes for the same with Black and White too. It quotes the same. And basically, this is all we get to hear about him, as it repeats over and over again into X and Y in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So, what do we got here? It could be a basilisk or a servant like the devil. I get it. 666. We get it. Was banished for its violence. I get it. And is also known as the renegade Pokemon. Okay. A lot of evidence there stating why he should be the devil. However, I have just as much evidence using the internet. Again, I do not own anything here. I will quote anything that I state that is not mine, that Giratina is not the devil. First things first, Bulbapedia quotes that its altered form, his wings may be based on a bat, and its body has an insect-like six-legged feature, but its posture is similar to a sauropod. Those who do not know your dinosaurs, sauropods are basically long-necked dinosaurs with 4 fat feet, as we all understand. It's also said to be based off of a bonnet worm, which I will be popping up a picture here. Creepy, huh? Yeah. I could see why people would say that. Now, however, Giratina is also based on Seta, a giant centipede from the Japanese fairy tale My Lord Bag of Rice. Okay. It's said that which was said to prey on dragon hatchlings and be as large as a mountain. Okay, that alone gives badassery. Going to the Wikipedia page for My Lord Bag of Rice, it is a fairy tale about a hero who kills the giant centipede Seta to help a Japanese dragon princess. It is rewarded in her underwater Ryugojodo, or I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's basically a dragon palace castle. So, this story was written by, I'm not sure who it's written by actually. All I know is included in Japanese fairy tales by, let me look here. I apologize, this doesn't seem professional, but I'm doing this late at night because I can't sleep. Basically, it was never really said who wrote it on the Wikipedia page, unless I'm missing this. But it states that it is in a book of Japanese fairy tales by Yae Theodora Ozaki, or Ozaki. Again, apologize if I'm butchering these names, I don't study Japanese. Really cool story, I think you guys should read it. But we don't got time for that. Now that we've attacked the altered form, let's go ahead and attack the fact of the origin form. The origin form has a body similar to a serpent. Again, this comes from the Bulbapedia page, with 6 protrusions on its body, which may be based on a scorpion, stinger, and spider legs. This form also shares the trait with the Amphitrite, a European dragon-like creature with wings but no legs. I'm going to go ahead and pop up a picture of the Amphitrite while I explain exactly what it is. So, an Amphitrite, also called Amphitrite, and Pfeiffer, is a type of winged serpent found in European heraldry. The Amphitrite generally are said to have a greenish-yellowish feathers, a serpentine body similar to a lindworm, bat-like green wings with feathered bone, and an arrow tip much like a wyvern's. Others are described as entirely covered in feathers with spiked tail, bird-like wings, and beak-like snout. Even more uncommon is the description of one with legs, and this comes from the Wikipedia page, quote-unquote. Now that we've attacked his appearance and why he looks like the devil, let's go into my theory upon why he's not the devil. My theory is coming directly from the interviews from the Bulbapedia page, stating this interview, in interviews Junichi Mosada and Takashi Kawachimaru did with G4, they said that Giratina and Distortion World, aka the Reverse World, were created to be the personifications of antimatter. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Cynthia solidifies this. So, basically, now that we know everything about Giratina from the Bulbapedia page, we'll close it up. But what is antimatter? Antimatter comes from Einstein's theory of mass energy equivalence. Basically, it's a big like equation, very complicated to understand. You gotta take some really heavy physics to do that. Just state that for every mass of matter, there has to be a massive antimatter, and when the two meet, it collides with annihilation, or the destruction of both of them, as well as a small area around them. Now again, this is coming from the Wikipedia page as I read this here. Again, this is not my theory on mass energy equivalence, this is Einstein's. So, now that we know this, we can explain one of two theories. One, Arceus knew how important Giratina was and made him, but knowing how dangerous he was, banished him right away. Or two, Arceus did not know of this law if the Pokemon world follows this law, which I believe it does, since they brought an antimatter into this. And for this, creating all these dimensions and all of these space and time was bringing matter, and for that, Giratina came back. My theory upon this was Giratina was young, he was just born, he didn't know what to do, and he was given no orders. So what did he do? The only thing his nature knew, which was to create antimatter, which caused thousands of annihilations, millions probably, destroying everything Dialga, Palkia, and Arceus had worked for. And for that, he was banished. Now, what makes him unlike the devil is Giratina really doesn't care about the human. He really doesn't care about taking over the human realm. And even though he's alone, he's not bitter about it. He's accepted this, and he just goes on with his life. Actually, it is quoted from the Pokemon movie from Newton, Dr. Newton, from the Pokemon movie Giratina Sky Warrior. The reverse world is vital for the living of the human realm and vice versa. Or basically, they balance each other. So in other words, Giratina knew the importance of his power and how dangerous it was, and so purposely put himself into this realm where all of his antimatter had eaten it up and changed it, and knowing the fact that how important this is, it actually makes sense. Hell has no reason to make the world better, but the reverse world does. Also, in the movie, when Giratina escapes multiple times into the real world, it seems like he knew how to control his power. Again, this follows my theory that as Giratina as a baby or a young one, he doesn't know how to control his power. And so he just started creating antimatter all over the place, because that's all he ever knew. But now that he is older and wiser and much more smarter, he now knows how to control his power. This alone states that now he knows how to control his power. When he went up to attack Dialga, why didn't he just nuke the Earth there if he was that evil? He would have released antimatter so fast, not even Ash, Pikachu, or anyone would be able to handle it. Because he doesn't want to. He doesn't care. He is a Pokemon of balance, just like Arceus had expected, or has not expected. Now, also, from the video games, yes, we're going to pull the video games here, and Pokemon Platinum, when Cyrus starts summoning Dialga and Palkia, and the worlds start colliding, and space and time's colliding, it isn't Arceus who comes down and stops it. No, it's Giratina. And again, this is shown in the game that Giratina's antimatter was not eating up anything. If anything, I think of Giratina more as like a protector or guardian that watches from another world because of how dangerous his power is. And that this is proven time and time again in both the games and the movies, that every time the world's in trouble, the distortion world or the reverse world starts collapsing. Or every time the reverse world collapses, the human world's being destroyed. And for this, Giratina tries to protect both at once, just from one side or the other. So instead, this is basically the end of my theory. So the next time you think of Giratina, don't think about this Pokemon demon from hell, but actually think of it as like a guardian who was given the short end of the stick because of an accidental birth, and accepts it, and knows how dangerous he is, but also knows how important he is to the balance of the universe. For this, I think Giratina is maybe the most noble of the creation trio. Also, another hypothesis I believe is that he may definitely be stronger than both Dialga and Palkia. He was able to distort a dimension created by Arceus to trap him. There is no time, no laws of physics do not exist, so in other words, time and space just isn't there. I was thinking about this today because I couldn't sleep and I was watching Giratina and the Sky Warrior with dancing because she's never seen it. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, wow, I never realized how important Giratina was. And then I looked back into some of this stuff from the video games, and it came out to be true back to back. If Giratina was so evil every time he summoned to the world, nobody would be able to stop him. All he's got to do is shoot antimatter all over the place at high speeds, and then everything's destroyed. But he doesn't, because he doesn't care about destroying or controlling the world. He's just worried about his dimension not being ruined, and by doing so, he has to protect the Earth as well. So that's my theory on Giratina, guys. Leave a like in the description down below. Again, if you guys didn't catch it from the beginning, I do not own any of this. The theory belongs to Einstein, and Pokemon, as well as the creation and ideas of Giratina, belong to Nintendo Game Freak. Nintendo and Game Freak. So, for now, this is the Wyvern signing out. Later, guys.